damn it. Think employer, folks. Think employer. Quit thinking about yourselves. Quit thinking about, I gotta have the buck, I gotta have the job, my babysitter's gonna quit sitting because I don't have any money. Quit thinking about those kinds of things and turn your head around and think employer, because that's what's gonna get you hired.
I'm Bill Moyers in San Diego. If you've ever been fired from a job, if you've ever tried to change jobs, if you've ever been put down or put off looking for a job, this report is for you. It's about a very simple idea with some very surprising results, about people looking for work and what they learn about themselves in the search.
Move back.
All right. Give her room. Give her room.
These people are out of work, but they're celebrating. They have just finished a class in San Diego teaching them how to get a job. This is their graduation party. They're from varied walks of life. What they had in common when they came here was unemployment. They have been out of work for weeks and months, some of them for years. And when they arrived, they were disillusioned and defeatist. Not today. They still don't have a job, but tomorrow they start looking for one, armed with confidence and some very practical techniques.
We're saying no resumes. We're saying do not go out there and waste time with job application forms.
Chuck Hoffman was at a cocktail party 6 years ago when the idea struck him. He had met a lot of people who couldn't find a job. There's a business, he said, in showing them how. So he founded Self-Directed Placement Corporation.
Inventory it and lay it out there in a very concise, efficient manner. And this gentleman will be employed within the next 85 hours, no question.
I want to work. I don't want to be unemployed. I don't want to be on any government roles and taking any money from anybody. I want to work for myself. And after a while, you get discouraged and you say, oh, I just sit back and I'll take it easy and I'll get it together in a couple of weeks, and I'll start over again. And the whole thing was I wanted to know, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not getting work? I mean, what do they expect from me?
Do you now feel cocky and confident enough to go do it tomorrow?
Yes.
On your own?
I feel I'll be employed within a week.
What about you?
Me?
Yes.
So when I first came here, I had a little trouble with interviews. I get really nervous and everything. But now I feel that I can go out and I can really, tell an employer, the things that are good about me that I know about myself, but I never really gave myself credit for.
Now I know that when I walk into an interview, I know what questions might be thrown at me, and I know the answers. And they're simple answers. Mm-hmm. Like I don't have any experience in the job I'm applying for. And the interviewer asked me, why should I hire you?
All right, let me play the interviewer. What is your name?
John Boland.
How old are you, Mr. Boland?
I'm 41.
41, and you're looking for another job.
Right.
You haven't had any experience in this job I'm offering you, however. Why should I take a chance on you?
Well, I feel that I have something to contribute to your company.
Well, there are 100 people out there who
there
want to
are other
contribute.
people out there that have experience, but they've been trained by other companies. You can train me in your ways, in your company policy, and I don't have the bad habits that those other people have with experience. I'll do it your way. I think
Hey, you're hired, man.
What amazes me is that you're 41 years old and you didn't know how to go in and get a job.
How often have I looked for a job? I've really had basically 3 jobs in the last 20 years. I hadn't been looking for work. How often did I look for work?
Bill, they ran a survey some years back. I believe it was with the Fortune Top 500. And one of the questions was, how many of you leaders of American industry have ever been fired? And they come back with a 100% response. Yet these people will tell you that in their background, at some point they may have been fired, and they take it as a great, devastating thing. What I want them to know is they're just part of Americana. I'm sure that some people here in this discussion right now have been fired.
Well, let's just ask you. I haven't talked to you yet. Have you ever been fired?
Yes, I have. It was devastating to me. I thought, boy, I'm really a dunce. I mean, this is the end. I'm in the pits. What can I do? It was the first experience for me, but I was really down emotionally. And I thought, well, I'm really a screw up. There's no way that I can get out of this position. And that I thought it would go with me forever. And I dwelled upon that.
So what's happened to you here to change your attitude?
This place has really given me direction, and it's given me confidence in myself and enabled me to see myself and have self-assurance and say, hey, I've got it together. All I have to do is go out and put it on the market.
What are you going to do tomorrow that you wouldn't have done if you hadn't come here?
I'm going to get on the phone. I'm going to call people. I'm going to tell them positively, hey, this is me, this is what I've got for you. And I can do you some service, and you can do me service by hiring me. And I'm confident that I can do it.
Good morning. It's nice to see all your bright, shiny faces this morning. Work starts at 8:30 in the morning. Want you in here, punching in. I want you getting yourself together. 9 o'clock, you start on the telephones. You'll be on the phones for 45 minutes, off for 15. We go this schedule all day long.
The federal government pays them $2.90 an hour to take the course. After 5 days of instruction, they now have 15 days to get a job.
Okay, we expect you to make between 100 and 125 phone calls per day. The whole purpose is to get on the phone, get the name, is there a job? If not, get a referral, and get off the telephone. Shoot for your dream jobs. The first 5 days, dedicated to it, okay? But after that, if you haven't succeeded in that dream, dreams don't feed you. So you must come back to the reality part of it because you are unemployed, right? Michelle.
I want to work somewhere where I can use my sign language. But what do I say? I really don't know what to say. Do you need somebody that knows sign language?
Okay, tell the person what you do. How many years of experience have you had? Have you had any experience?
I took it for a year and a half in school, and I've known it for like 3 years now.
Okay. Ask questions, okay? Do you have any need for somebody that can do sign languages?
Michelle, I've known you a week, and this is the first time you've mentioned that.
Speak up a little bit. That's
Okay.
like saying I'm bilingual.
I am bilingual, too. I speak Spanish. I guess I'm trilingual.
Use what you have. Don't try to sweep it under the counter. Use it. Bring it out, okay?
I just want you to start thinking, folks. Whatever the hell you've been doing in the past to get a job, I want you to stop. I want you to stop it. I want you to start from day one. You're in the first grade of, this is how I get a job, okay?
While the last class is starting to look for jobs, a new class next door begins the first week of training. Of the more than 2,000 people who have graduated, some 85% found a job. It was rarely a dream job, but the message here is about reality. The people who come here have had a lot of experience with unreal hopes and with disappointments.
What I want to do is get to know who the hell you are. I need to get just a little background so that I've got some feel for what are some places we should emphasize. Phoebe, can I start with you?
I've been out of work since June 30th, and I have over 20 years of executive experience, and I've had all kinds of job interviews, and I felt so overly qualified so many times, and then I'd just go home and wouldn't get the job, and I felt, well, I'm a woman and I'm getting older. And so I don't know, I've always had a lot of self-confidence, and so it's just very discouraging to me.
What do you want to do now, Phoebe?
Well, PR is all I know.
Okay.
Really.
Jake, how about you?
I lost the job because I had a drinking problem.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. You say you did. Do you still have a drinking problem?
No, I haven't had a drink for 3.5 years
Hey,
now.
all right. Good for you, Jake. Good for you. All right. Luther, how about you?
I would like probably to be a communication specialist, you know.
How do you see that working? What do you see yourself doing in communications?
Anything.
Pardon?
Anything. I mean, I can't.
Okay, but give me I'm dumb. I don't know what.
Okay, I did, in the Army, I was a voice radio operator. So probably, you know, something to do with voice.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you, Luther, you're going to have a hell of a time finding a job in communications. If you're talking about radio,
right.
Okay, or TV.
Radio.
All right. Damn few stations in this city.
Yeah.
Okay? We get a lot of people coming through with really a lot of degrees. That's going to be a difficult area for you to break into. I'm not saying that it's impossible. What I'm trying to do is make you aware that that's going to be tough. One of the things I'm going to deal with in here, folks, is reality. Okay? Luther, one of the things that I think this system can help you do is you may not be able, with your qualifications, to get a job right now in communications. But maybe you can find some jobs that are in between where you're at now that will get you a little bit closer to that spot, you know? So it's a jumping off point into communications. Some other things you can do, okay?
All right.
All right.
Yes, could you give me the name of the person that hires for your firm? Oh, he's not. Excuse me, what was his name? Little? All right, thank you very much.
It's a matter of getting on the phone and really contacts. Yeah, making the contacts. They're out there.
You must have made 30 calls this morning.
I made 40.
40. What are you doing differently that you were not doing before you were in Chuck's hands?
One thing is I've got a little more self-confidence. I've got a real positive attitude about myself. I'm not intimidated by the person I'm talking to.
Well, there's something else here. Were you even using the phone before?
Not to the degree I was.
All right, so
very
point,
limited.
All right, so part of the question here is how many places can you personally go and prospect? You know, where you fill out job application forms, maybe 8, 10?
I made 6 in one day. That was my best day.
And you got to hustle. This gentleman, and there you deal with the receptionist.
Right.
Today he's talked with Mr. Brown, who does the hiring, and he's talked to 40 Mr. Browns. Jerry is doing nothing more than playing a numbers game, and the odds, unlike Las Vegas, the odds are in your favor.
My favor.
Because he has a yellow pages that has, just by its size, literally thousands and thousands of companies, and all you're looking for is one.
The Union, LA Times, they're all looking there. Everybody's doing that. So I'm going a different route. I don't have to compete with anybody except myself.
Pick up the phone and dial the next one. Just mark them off in your book. Which ones have you called?
Okay.
Okay, try next one. Let me hear you go at it.
Could you refer me maybe to someone?
Keep that phone up there on your shoulder. Click it down, lady, and pick up that next number. Okay. Don't worry about it. Just ignore it. If you treat that person on a one-to-one level, it's just you and her. She's faced that, too. She's looked for jobs. We've all been there. I know that when I was a secretary, when people treated me like a human being, that I responded and I'd spend an hour trying to find something for them.
You don't happen to
And
know
you
the
do
number?
the same thing. I'd hire you in a minute because you're sincere. So let that come across a little. Okay? The rhythm will pick up.
It kept going on like that. Then it got to be 6 months. It got to be a year. Then instead of hearing that I was overqualified for a job, I started hearing, well, you've been away too long. Now it's dragged on and it's dragged on. It's been 4 years now.
Okay.
And so now it's very difficult because I go around now, they say, gee, you've been away too long. I was out here at the Roar Corporation last month. They looked at my application, they wouldn't even interview me.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Floyd. You've been trying to get a job for 4 years in computer.
Right.
All right. Why do you continue to look if you can't find a damn job?
That's the only thing I've done. They can see my age, they can see I've been around, and yet I've only done the one thing.
Okay.
So I'm kind of, I know it's like chasing a dead horse, you know. It's,
yeah. Okay, I just wanted to clear that up. All right, thank you. Gloria?
I've been a veterinary assistant, and...
Here in San Diego?
Yes, yes. And I've been unemployed now for 6 months, and it didn't really bother me at first. You know, I did have my unemployment and thought I would get right back into it, but here I am 6 months later and haven't been able to place that job. I want to stay in the same field.
Okay.
I have, all in all, about close to 7 years experience in it. And that's another problem, too. On some interviews, I've been overqualified.
Okay.
They like to start a younger person with no experience and train them their way. And I have a daughter to support.
Yeah.
So.
A single parent, Gloria?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Every damn one of us in this room have been given some reason at one time or another why we haven't been hired. Did you ever say, Randy, I'm not hiring you because I don't think you're worth a shit. I don't like you. Do they tell you those kinds of things? What do they tell you? You're overqualified, you're underqualified, you don't have enough experience. They're being nice, folks. They're not willing to tell you why they aren't hiring you. That's one of the reasons why we're here.
I was working in Cleveland, Ohio, and I left that job to take a programming course at Control Data Institute. After I finished up the programming course, that was in '75, and of course the economy was in very much of a downturn. Consequently, many of the employers, I would go in there and they look at my experience, and naturally they're concerned about their budgets, and from an employer's point of view, I can understand that. And so I had some people tell me, well, we really can't afford to pay you what you're worth. And so consequently, other people that were in the same class that I was in, they were going out there and they were getting jobs because they could fit more into the employer's budget.
You mean they hired younger people with less experience because they came cheaper?
Right.
How'd that make you feel?
It made me feel like I was over the hill. It made me feel like looking for a job was kind of hopeless. It was very discouraging.
Hi, my name's Dave Flack.
Bobby Call.
Hi, Bobby. Would you have a seat? Let's see, Bob. You mind if I call you Bobby?
No.
Okay. And you're looking for a job as a porter, huh?
Traveling porter.
Okay. You've been working for 2 months for the welfare department as an office clerk. Can you tell me a little bit about that position?
Well, all I was doing was filing papers and taking intakes of other CETA clients. And
Okay. Then you worked for 3 years for Woodlawn Hospital. It says you left there for personal reasons. Can you share with me those personal reasons?
well, I got into it with a employee. It was a young lady, and we was in the dining room lunch break, and she threw my lunch tray in my face, so I slugged her without thinking.
Yeah.
So.
You were fired then?
Yeah, I was terminated.
An interview is an emotional reaction. You can have 100 resumes, 50 of which are all qualified. So what else are you looking for? You're looking for personality. You're looking for sense of humor. You're looking to, if I hire this gentleman, can he get along with my other employees?
Oh, I see. That would be...
How compatible is he?
Is that right? Oh, is that right?
Is he prompt? And when he tells me he's going to be prompt, can I believe him? Let me repeat again. Interviewing is not an intelligent act, even though you and I like to think it is. You and I even play that role. We may call 1 or 2 references. Generally, we don't. Think back the last time you hired somebody. We seldom call references because you and I like to think we have this gut feeling. We can judge people. It's an emotional reaction.
Why should I hire you?
Well, I feel that I'll be good for the company, and I feel that I can do the job. And I can pick up, your ways of doing it. Very easy.
Okay. I think that's all the questions I have, Bobby. Do you have any other questions you'd like to ask?
No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bobby, knowing what you know now, would you hire yourself?
No.
Why not?
Well, I was rocking in the chair. My answers was too blunt, and that's all I could think of right now.
Okay. There was one big
But I do need a lot of work.
Yeah, big one was you hit somebody. And, 3 minutes later, you're saying, I can get along with anybody. Me too, if I punch him, Okay. You're gonna have to learn to deal with that if somebody's going to check up on you. How about some of the rest of you? Give Bobby some feedback. What were some...
stood up more and talked loud. He's talking loud, but he was talking, then he was sitting back waiting for you to shoot another question at him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just wasn't volunteering anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
He wasn't too sure of himself. Seemed like he wasn't too sure of himself. He kept saying, well, I think I can do this, and well.
Okay. Steve, you had something?
Yeah, he was unsure of what he was going to say and ill-prepared to explain what he did in his past.
Mm-hmm.
You could use a bit more eagerness, open up a little bit more.
Yeah. My general impression, Bobby, was that I just felt like you were laying back saying, hey, man, you owe me a job. Because you didn't sell me the fact that you were going to really do me a good job for the porter. You gave me some of those nondescript words like, I'll benefit your company. How? what are you going to do that's going to make you more beneficial in hiring somebody that's already done it, that already has the skills? You know, you didn't sell me. Man, you can turn that around. You got a good appearance going for you. But getting up out of that chair, sitting on the edge of it, making your body English state the same things that your mouth is saying. Cluing in that, you know, all you got to do is say some things like, man, I can learn your job fast. You know, I really want to do that. That's something I've been dreaming about doing. Sell me the fact that you really want to do it, not that I owe it to you. Okay? Anything else, folks? Okay, let's move on.
I called over here at AAA Crane Hoist and Electric, and the man was really shocked to hear that a woman knew something about repairing cranes or running them, and he would like for me to come in the morning and see him about the job, because see, out here I was having a little difficulty finding a job because I just came from Chicago, and there I worked in the steel mills, working with cranes, repairing them and running them. So I'm happy right now.
Why did you leave Chicago?
Well, I left Chicago because of the weather and the violence. Violence is terrible out there. And the weather is just as bad. I'm looking for mechanical work. And that has to do with cranes. Or to run a crane.
Can you run a crane?
Oh, yes, I can. For 3.5 years, I've been working with cranes in Chicago, and that's what I know best, and I feel comfortable in, and I enjoy doing.
So are you going for an interview?
Right here at 9 to 9:30 in the morning. I'm Mary Busich.
Mary, I'm Ken Pearson.
Oh, the president. Nice to meet you.
And this is Larry.
Yes, hello, Larry. How are you?
Hi.
Good, thank you.
All right, let's have a seat. I was gonna...
Thank you.
Fill out.
Try to make the interviewer your friend. One of the ways you can do that is getting them to talk about the things they're interested in. I don't want you to take over and talk all the time. What I want you to do is to be smart and ask questions that's going to make the interviewer talk.
See, from all these pictures you have in here, you must like animals.
Yeah, that's... I'm not sure that's necessarily an asset. It's kind of an expensive hobby.
I'm really glad that you found some time in your busy day to interview me. I appreciate that.
Well, I'm glad you called because it's hard to find, you know, it's difficult.
Well, I'm very interested in working, and this is the field I know, so this is what I've been seeking for.
Well, we have a job coming up pretty soon. We're going to have to put on some more people.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Talk about yourself on the job. Maybe it's, you know, how do your friends see you? What kind of a person do they consider you to be? And Mr. Employer, that's the kind of person I'll be on the job. Make them see you in their own mind working for you, for them.
When I worked in the steel mill as a crane machinist, I was the only woman that was on the job. And like the men I worked with had been in the mills 30 years, some more, some maybe a few years under that. And at first, they were standoffish because they've never in their lives worked with a woman. But after about 2 months, we just became buddies.
Is that right?
Oh, I had so many friends. A lot of grandpas, a lot of brothers.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Got to know some of their families, their grandchildren. It was really nice. So if you have any fear about me working with your male employees, let me ease it now.
I understand, yeah.
It's not me that's not used to working with males. It's the males that aren't used to working with the women.
Last job. Everybody said, oh, that son of a bitch I used to work for. Don't say it anymore. Say something good or don't say anything.
What didn't you like about your last job?
I liked everything about my job. There was work there all the time, overtime, and like I say, my coworkers, they were really nice guys. I really have no complaints. None.
You don't mind getting dirty like that?
I know what it is to use solvent. I know what it is to stand with a finger file picking that grease out. I don't mind at all. I can lift heavy weights. Yeah, I can climb heights. I'm not afraid of heights. I know the safety rules. And like I say, it's a field I've been into for close to 4 years and something I really came to like and like to remain in it. someday maybe I can get on my own and be the president, like you.
I'd like to let you have this job. I'd rather go out and fix cranes.
Do the animals come with it?
How'd it go?
Good possibility. Very good possibility. I mean, almost definite. Because they need crane helpers out here.
What did you do differently that you might not have done had you not been the self-directed?
I would have probably just sat there and just said, okay, yeah, you know. And,
Is there something specific? I mean, did anything happen that you remembered from your classwork?
I looked around his office and I noticed pictures, and I had made a comment about the pictures, and he said that it used to be his pet. It's a lion, but the lion's dead now. So I had brought that up just to get him open and feel comfortable with me. And if it wasn't for the program, I would never have done something like that, you know. I just sat there and just answered questions, and I felt comfortable and very at ease with them. That's a big difference.
Do you think you'll get the job?
From the way they talk, yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I dialed the phone, and I says, good morning. Would you please let me speak to the person who does the firing? And he cracked up, you know. I said, the hiring, you know. He says, yeah, it's me. I do the hiring and the firing. So I says, well, it seems like I'm already trying to get fired before I even get hired, you know. And it loosened him up pretty good, so we got to talking, and he set up an interview for me, and I went down this morning. It opened him up, you know. He was real comfortable, you know, relaxed, and also the fact that I was honest with him. You know, he hired me, I turned around and I told him, I want you to know one thing, you know. I was in an institution for 3 years. You know, I haven't worked at this. It's been at least 3.5 years that I haven't worked at the job. But I do know upholstery.
Do you mind me asking you, was that a prison situation?
That was a prison. I went to prison for receiving stolen property. I told him about it. I received a stereo and 2 speakers, you know. Calling myself doing somebody a favor, I wound up in prison behind it, you know.
Eli, what was wrong the first year you were looking for a job that this experience helped change?
I set myself up with an interview to start with over the phone. I didn't just go out there. I learned how to speak to people, you know, to a person. I learned, I'll tell you one thing about it is all my life I've been kind of like quiet, you know. In an institution, you just run by yourself or this and this, and that's the way that I was conditioned, you know. And here's a group of people, it's a gas, you know what I mean? They're not prisoners or nothing. We could rap, and I found myself enjoying myself, you know, and learning, you know. And it gave me a lot of confidence. I found it here, I really did. And the biggest thing about all was when I was asked to write about my accomplishments.
One of my accomplishments, my biggest, being a single parent, raising a beautiful 9-year-old daughter who makes all of this really worthwhile. And I guess my other one, once I was really hard-pressed for money, which all of us have been, and a water pump went out on my car. So I took it to a couple places, and they wanted, you know, $50, $60. And there's no way. I had, you know, $50, $60, so trading in my old water pump, I got one for about $20, and I put it on myself.
All right.
I felt really good about it.
Jake, how about you, man?
I quit drinking. I've been a practicing alcoholic for about 8 years. I felt pretty good about that, too.
You're damn right, man. You need some strokes for that.
Because I had 3 other sisters, and all of them got to like 11th grade or the beginning of 12th, and they either dropped out. And my mom would always say that I would never make it.
Yeah.
You know, and when she told me that, I got angry. And I didn't say nothing. I told her a few days later, I said, I'm going to make it, you know. And I had to struggle for myself and take little part-time jobs to buy my graduation dress and pay your fees and stuff. And I did it I did it, and I felt real good. I felt that was my greatest accomplishment.
Okay. You know, I don't know about you, but every time I go through this exercise, it really changes, I don't know, makes me feel good about the people here. You know, makes me feel like, how are you feeling about the other people now? Did it change how you feel about them?
It's on a more personal, one-to-one basis.
Yeah.
I think
Feel
you're
like, hey,
sharing an experience.
yeah, you're sharing something of you. You're not hiding anything, number one. You know, when I look at Jake and he says, I was drinking for 8 years. You know what he told me last night? He's rooming with a guy that drinks every day. Okay? That tells you something about that man. And if he doesn't share that with me, I don't know that about him. I want you to brag. I want you to tell me what your accomplishments are. If you think you've got some things to sell me, the employer, I want you to tell me. And I want you to quit hiding it under your hat. That's what this whole thing's about. Look at what it is you have to tell the employer and get your act together so that you can, when you get that chance, you can tell them something that's important, that's real, that's you, that's honest. And it comes across smooth. You know who you are. Okay? All right. You guys like to eat a little lunch today, would you?
I reckon.
All right. Let's be back at 1 o'clock, folks.
Basically, expand your list. Think of fields that you can get off into closely related to what you want to do. Just like you wanted to be a baker, you get off into a hospital as a cook. Get off into a restaurant as a cook. Again, put it in categories.
Okay, let's say a field that I really I have no background in.
Okay, well, let's look at it this way then. You don't want to cook anymore.
Right.
You want to bake.
Right. Okay, let's say I don't want to bake no more. Then what?
Okay, what's your hobbies? That's the first thing I want to ask you.
Music.
What do you feel that you're qualified to do?
Music.
What sort of music? That's vague. I mean, in what capacity of music?
I like to record. I like to do recordings. But that's another thing.
Okay, again, that's something else that you should look at down the line.
Right.
Okay, based on your experience, which is none.
No, it's not.
And, you know, that's beginning to be a technical field as well, just like data processing, computer programming. That's a technical field as well. Okay, what are you going to do in the meantime? If you don't want to cook anymore, you don't want to bake anymore, you can't get off into music, what's your next step? I mean, that's a reality that you start looking at. Because you don't want to work on the weekends and don't want to cook or don't want to be a baker.
Really? It does get you.
What are you going to do, lose weight? You can't deal that way now.
Mr. Employer, is this where your data processing output goes? You know you don't want it to go here. Hello, my name is Floyd Marsh, and I have over 10 years' experience in computer operations, and I have a good understanding. I am a quick learner, and I would like to be a part of your operation. What do I say next?
Tell them what you can do for them. Tell them what you can do for them.
I can make your department a smooth-running operation. If you are tired of having your transistors blown, then this is where I get hung up. I really get hung up here. Okay. I have over 8 years' experience in data processing. I am a quick learner, and I believe I can be an asset to your company. So if you're tired of blowing your transistors, give me a call at 474-9621 so that we can set up an appointment and get together so that you won't have any more garbage in your operation. Thank you.
Well, Jake, if you think quitting drinking's hard, try this.
Allowed to drive me back to it.
I have faith in you, man.
Mr. Businessman, hiring trainees, let me show you what I can offer you. I'm usually a modest person, but I want that job. So I have to say I'm reliable, energetic, and punctual. I have the ability to learn fast and put into practice what I have learned. I'm also honest, conscientious, and loyal. I'm friendly and good-natured, so I'll be able to get along with my fellow workers. I can do the job for you.
Right. Gonna have to give you some homework, folks. Yeah, on Friday. what we're going to do is you're going to write that employability report. Okay? All I want you to do is to write a very brief paragraph that says, hey, this is the person I am. These are the qualities that I'm bringing to you. Then I want you to write me some proof of that. Questions on that?
Now's the time for me to take the stats.
I got 3 interviews and about 25 calls.
Fantastic.
I had an interview this morning and I have one tomorrow.
35 calls. I went on 2 interviews today and I have an interview tomorrow.
I made about 35 phone calls, no interviews.
Everybody's still feeling good, right?
Yeah.
Everybody but my friend James. We had a discussion for about 15 minutes. He seems to be lost. Put your problem out in the middle of the floor for him.
Well, I'm deciding if I want to go still stay in the cooking field and to go on, and if I want to go on to what.
Okay, first of all, you have to establish the what, right?
Right.
So what I advise you to do is to get the yellow pages when you go home tonight and just go down the list from A to Z. You'd be surprised as to how many ideas you'll come up with. I'll tell you what you can do. In a couple of more days, that job that you rejected today, give him a call back. There's nothing wrong with that. Give him a call back. The guy that he hires may be a flop. Who knows?
Okay, you've all made lists of how you think you are. And what I want you to do is to take a little risk. Find out how others see you and compare that to how you see yourself. Maybe it'll give you some clues as to how you can change your behavior a little bit and maybe come across better in an interview. Okay? Who wants to start it off? Phoebe. Okay? Let's give Phoebe some feedback. All right? How does Phoebe strike you? Friendly. Okay.
Warm.
Warm?
Self-confident.
Okay.
Determined.
Reliable.
Sensitive.
Okay, reliable. Quit being so damn nice. Give her some negatives so that she can correct some problems that she may feel she has. She's taken the risk of letting you tell her. Be kind enough to be honest with her.
She's a little scared.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's hard to just really come out and say a lot of things because
Isn't it,
hurt somebody's feelings, you know.
Tough shit, man. Let's get it out. What I'm trying to get across to you is you're not being kind when you keep your mouth shut. You're making it tougher. She's going to go out and do something in an interview that you're too nice to tell her. And she's going to blow it. So goddamn it, be honest with her.
She tells silly jokes.
Okay. That make you feel bad? All right. Pardon?
Well,
okay. What else? Okay, she's proud. How do you see that? Plus or minus?
Proud is good.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Okay.
Pride is
Plus,
good
she seems to
unless
be intelligent.
pride is good unless it stands in the way of a lesser job than what she wants.
Is there anything else you want to tell Phoebe?
Yeah, she can take criticism.
All right. Damn right.
And still have a good sense of humor.
Well, I was making $4 an hour, but I'm willing to take whatever the company policy is. Right now, I'm looking for a job instead of, I'm looking more for a job, and the wages don't really concern me right now. But what I could do is come down and talk to you. Let's say, let's say set up an interview for Wednesday. How would Wednesday be for you? Okay, this week, if it's possible for you. Okay. How about next week?
I want you to get interviewed. I want you to use the answers that you've developed. You should be getting them into your head now, and you should get them polished up. I'm going to come around, and I'm going to hear some of those answers. If you need help, I'm here to help you. But I'm going to listen with a really critical ear. It should be starting to get sharp, folks. Tomorrow is D-Day.
Why did you leave your last job?
I was terminated.
Why were you terminated?
I had a drinking problem and I had an accident while I was working.
Okay. You have any problems like that now?
No, I've been dry for 3.5 years.
That's great.
All right. Let me give you a little personal feedback. We got more, you know, when you get up and told about your accomplishments, and then you get up and you did your commercial, I have got nothing but feedback about that damn commercial, how honest you are, how warm you come across, how strong you sound.
I was
Okay?
scared to death of her.
Okay, you may have been scared to death, Jake, but what I'm trying to tell you is you got a hell of a lot going for you. Yeah?
And I do want to go to work.
I think some people begin to hope again. They begin to see, hey, you know, here's some other people that are having success using this system. Maybe it'll work for me. Maybe I can get a job. I think others say, geez, I've never really been trained in how do I deal with the interview? How do I... Never thought like an employer before. They're looking at, damn it, I've got a car payment due, the rent's due, my kids need food, and they go in and they start making demands to the employer. I've got to have $500 a month. I've got to have this. I've got to have that. What kind of medical benefits? That's their worries, their concerns. And we're saying, hey, wait a minute, stop a minute. The employer's the guy that's got to hire you. What does he need from you? Tell him what you can give him, and he'll give you those other things, but don't ask for them. Don't be greedy.
Are you feeding a sense of subordination, a feeling of being the dependent of the economic system?
No, I think just the opposite. One of the things that I really continually try to push on them is this is maybe the one chance you're going to have in your life to take control of your life, to do what you want to do. Not to have to take the only job that's available, but to choose which job do you want and go after it. You know, and that, you can just see lights popping in there sometimes when you start talking that way. And, you know, once a level of trust is built, they know that I'm not trying to play some game on them so we can get our money, that we really do give a damn, that we care about them, and that we have some ways for them to do it.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to allow people to recognize what their own worth is, number one, I think. And to show them some ways to say that to other people in a way that's so acceptable that they want to hire them. I think everybody's got these qualities, Bill. Come in. Good morning.
Good morning. Bobby Call.
How you do, Bobby? I'm Dave Flack.
It's a pleasure.
All right, why don't you have a seat?
Okay.
Let's see, Bobby, live out in Otay Mesa.
Yeah, out there by San Ysidro.
Okay. How long does it take you to get in here, Bobby?
Oh, it takes about an hour, but I catch the bus. It's very dependable. I know the schedule very well. So if I miss that bus, I can catch another bus. I can catch the 29. It's about 2 blocks away.
Okay. And you're looking for a job as a traveling porter?
Right.
If I should hire you, Bobby, how long do you think you'd stay here?
Well, I'm looking for a career, so as long as possible.
Okay. Woodlawn Hospital. Says you left there for personal reasons. Can you tell me that?
Oh, yeah. I dropped out to continue my education.
I see.
So I
Okay.
had to cut the job loose so I could get a part-time job.
Bobby, I've interviewed several other people for the same position. Why should I hire you?
Well, I feel that I should get hired because I'm a very dependable person. I learn very fast, and I know I can do the job.
Uh-huh.
And it's something that I really want to do.
Okay.
Okay, when are you going to make a decision?
I hope to make one Friday, Bobby.
Okay.
I'd like to get somebody on board as soon as possible.
All right. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Big thing that came across for me was the body English. Man, you were sitting right up there. You were right in my lap telling me you could do a job for me. You remember last time?
Yeah.
Laid back, hey man, you owe me a job, you know. Hell of a difference, hell of a difference.
Didn't punch her out?
Yeah, I didn't punch a lady out in a line at the hospital.
To function, you've got to have some sort of income, regardless of what it is. But the income that you're looking for, make sure that there's a chance for you to grow. Okay? Look for the opportunity in the job. And then again, like I said, you create your own opportunity. Most people will get on a job and kick back and just coast. They'll put you in the salad bar for 2, 3, 4 months and won't say nothing. They'll get mad. Man, I want to get out of this salad bar. They'll tell their buddies, but they don't tell the boss, do they? But on your employability report, it says what? a very fast learner?
Young, ambitious, positive, eager, determined.
Ambitious. If you stay in a salad bar for 3 months without telling anybody, is that ambition?
Not really.
Okay, but you looked at that job as something like that too, right? You looked at the job as a $2.90 an hour job. Right? But if you were ambitious, you would look at it more than just a $2.90 per hour job. Where can I be in this job 3, 4, 5 months from now? Will I be making $2.90 an hour? No, I won't. Because I'm a very fast learner too, right? Let's say it on the employability report. Okay. And wouldn't this guy, if you learned his organization that fast, pay you as you learn? So you got that decision. I'm not gonna make them for you. You got to do that. When you do, you let me know, okay? And we'll talk about it some more. All right.
People ask me, what happens to the other 5% to go through? The thing that happens, folks, is they quit. In a hell of a lot of cases, they just plain quit. You watch, there's people sitting in this class, in the phone rooms right now, getting ready to go, and they're saying, geez, I can't find a job. And you're going to be in there tomorrow, and you're going to find those jobs just like this. Because you're up, and you're together, and your head's on straight, and you know you can do it, and you're excited about doing it. Okay? But some of you are going to have some trouble finding that first interview, and you're going to have some trouble nailing down that job. Okay? But the only thing that's going to beat you is if you stop. If you stop calling, if you stop looking, if you stop thinking angles, scheming, how the hell can I get close to that job? If I can't get it, how the hell can I get close to it? That's the only thing that can beat you is you. You know how to do it. You mechanically know how to do it. And the only thing that can beat you at this point is if you let your spirit be broken.
I'm here to see Dr. Kanashi.
Dr. Kanashi?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Just a moment. What is your name, please?
Michelle Juge.
All right, fine. Just a moment. Okay.
Hi.
Come in, Michelle.
Nice to meet you.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
That's the U chair. We're the only K-12 school in the district. We have the little ones as well as the high school kids.
Good deal.
And we're an alternative school and free, open.
I worked at Escalon, which was a special ed school in Altadena, California. And I worked there for a year, and I taught classes. And we had autistic children and severely mentally retarded, and a lot of hyperactive kids, and just kids with problems. Basically, they had been kicked out of just about every school in, you know, the districts and stuff, and this was kind of a last resort school. But I loved it. It was great.
Are you athletic at all?
I love to play volleyball. I have a 10-speed that I ride all the time. I like to play basketball. I'm not real good at it, but I like sports.
In this job, you might be asked to do a variety of things like tutoring in the classroom,
I've done
accompanying
tutoring.
students on field trips.
Oh, I love field trips.
Preparing instructional materials and even playing on the playground with them. That's why I
Oh,
asked
yeah, I'll play on the playground with them, for sure. You know, I really enjoy kids. That's why I want to get a job, you know, working with children.
Jill, I want you to meet Michelle Juge. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Vandenberg, and she's our aid coordinator and asked to be in the interview. Jill, aren't you? Have you ever been in aid before?
Yeah, I worked in a school once, for a year.
What grades?
We really didn't have grades because it was a special ed school, but I worked with the children that were younger.
I've worked with special education people before, too. Quite an experience.
Yes, it was. It was quite an experience, I must say.
Are you bilingual?
Yes, and I also know sign language.
So do I.
Good.
How about that? Something in common.
Good deal.
I was thinking that your sign language would be an asset. I wonder how many students would really like to have a class.
I think they would, you know, and I really enjoy sign language. It's because it's so...
It's such a unique language.
Really,
you know,
and
it's like no other language.
Really, and I always talked with my hands, and now it means something. I have an excuse.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah.
I agree.
Do you have any questions about us, Michelle, before I would like to walk you around the building and have you meet some students?
Okay. When will you be making a decision?
Well, Jill and I will talk after this interview, and we will be calling you maybe before the day is out.
Well, what happened?
It was great. I think I got the job.
You think you got the job?
They're going to call me this afternoon.
All
Because
right.
they got to talk about it, but the girl that came in for part of the interview, she knows sign language.
Back to the she felt comfortable.
Yeah,
with
she
you.
felt, yeah, I think she liked me.
I'll hire you because I like
Right,
you.
I hire you because I like
Yes.
you. Yeah, it was neat. Yeah, I really like this one. I want this job. I really do. That was good. It was a good interview. Yeah.
Go write your thank you letter.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You know, good PR jobs are hard to find, so I brought my little book from the PR Club of San Diego. I've been a member of that for 5 years, and I talked to my contemporaries who are familiar with my background and let them know that I was in the job market, because up until now I've always been too proud to let them know. But I told them, so they're keeping their eyes open. So I'm very enthusiastic about the end results.
Who's down? What are you so down about?
Still unemployed.
Okay, well, everybody in here is unemployed. Okay,
You know?
now that one that you turned down,
Yeah.
did you ever call him back?
No.
Why not? It's been a couple of days now, right?
No.
Why don't you give him a call this afternoon and talk to him?
You get History 102 and Biology 313, but there is no program called How to Get a Job 105. I wouldn't even have a business if the high schools and colleges were teaching basically what this program is. Or let me phrase it a different way. What Chuck Hoffman has done is not develop a new wheel. What he's done is fumble. I fumbled into a gap in the educational system.
Chuck is proving here that you don't need a very complicated system to get people jobs.
Tom Nagel heads the San Diego agency which funds self-directed placement. It's federal money from the Comprehensive Employment and Training Act, CETA, and it pays the participants their minimum wage during the 4-week program.
And in the larger sense, what this program is doing is getting back to the basic issue. You take one person and you do whatever you can to help that person get a job.
What's the cost?
The cost that we're paying here is roughly $400 to $500 per person, and that means per placement, per job actually received by the individual. The average cost of a normal classroom training activity is roughly $2,000. So this activity is at least 25 to 30% of the normal cost to get people jobs.
What are the actual results we're getting from this program?
Our specific results with Chuck have been averaging 85% of everyone who enters his program gets a fully paid, non-subsidized, private sector job. The greatest activity is their own. The greatest energy expenditure is their own. And the jobs that they will get will be self-sufficient jobs.
Mr. Farrar, this is John Stevens. Mr. Farrar, I'm calling back and to see if you still have that position open. Okay. I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I really want to work for you. But
yes, could you contact or connect me with
I would like to ask if I could have more hours.
I've tried to call
Okay.
you last week.
Sounds good.
I've
Okay.
wait a few minutes.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
My name's Bob.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They told me about the good news.
He says, you got the job. He says, I've been almost been waiting for you to call back.
How do you feel about it?
I feel good. I really feel good.
Compared to the first time he offered you the job until now.
Well, I feel I feel like I have control now.
Okay.
I really do. If I asked him for, that many, I asked him for 40 hours a week, and now I'm gonna hit him up for a pay raise.
No. You got to take it slow first now. You got to 40 hours. Take it slow. The pay raise, that's gonna come, depending on you.
Right.
Okay, so right now you're in control.
Right.
Don't lose control. That's all. Don't get greedy, per se. So now you're employed.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Hey, I got a job at the Guitar Center as a salesman and a instructor. And I went there before and I filled out an application. I went through, they have like a 5-6 hour testing thing. You have to sit there and answer the questions. And I went through all of this. And I went down and spoke with the manager. They said, well, I don't think so. And I'd been referred there by a friend that was working there right then, right at that very time. He's not anymore, but I went back and I said, listen, I'd like to reapply if I might. And just using all this, I came off, and he told me so. He said, hey, man, you came off like you were going to take over my job. And, I do know the business and stuff a little bit, and I just went in there all gung-ho, and he didn't like it. He was a little bit threatened, so he said, hey, well, I guess I can template that stuff. I did want to impress you then, but let me tell you where I'm really at. I'm really eager and really want to work. I'm really interested in this job and this store. He says, hey, come back tomorrow at noon. I said, thank you, sir.
So far, self-directed placement is a San Diego story, but the government has asked Chuck Hoffman to try it in Baltimore. If it works as well there, it could go national. It is not, of course, an answer to the chronic problem of surplus people. People dumped by technology or displaced by a recession. People with no skills, no training, no motive, no place. But for an idea so elementary, it is for many of the people who come here a profound experience. Often for the first time, they're told they're not helpless against the system. They're not treated as wards of the state. They learn to believe in themselves and to take a first step. Every time one of them gets an interview and leaves here with hope, you understand what it means to be down on your luck and to win a small victory. Every time one of them gets a job, you understand amid the sounds of joy here, the difference a break can make, especially when you've helped to make it.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. I got the job.
You don't have to worry about your roommates anymore, huh?
Far out. Good deal.
For a transcript of this program, send $2 to Bill Moyers Journal, Post Office Box 900, New York, New York, 10019. This program was made possible by grants from the Ford Foundation and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.